Yo, what's up? So, good afternoon. Is it open? Hindi, joke lang. So, yan, magandang umaga, magandang hapon, magandang gabi. Anumang oras kayo nanonood ng video na ito ay binabati ko kayo. So, dahil medyo maulan, tayo ay yellow warning, kailangan natin ilagay sa alternative delivery mode yung ating pagtuturo. Kaya ito po, nagre-record ako. What's up? Yan. So, mag-online tayo. Huwag tayo mag-online. Para meron tayong balik-tanawan o meron tayong artifact of the lecture. So, yan, pagpasensyahan niyo na hindi gano'n kaganda yung video ko kasi laptop lang yan. Pero okey lang yun. Hindi na naman yun sa itsura, nasa tinuturo yan. Ay, let's go. Gagawa mo, Ednil. So, yung lecture natin ngayon ay art appreciation, the week 1. So, ano ba yung art appreciation? So, art, let's define art. Art is a complex and multifaceted concept that has been debated by scholars and artists for centuries. At its core, art can be defined as a creative expression of human emotions, ideas, experiences through various mediums such as painting, sculpture, music, literature, and performance. All right, so yung art daw ay creative expression. When I say creative expression, may to involve na creation. Like creation from nothing to something. Kailangan mong gawin yung art. Art is a created thing from nothing to something. Okay? So, ngayon, it is creative expression of a human. So, yung human kasi has to express himself, has to express his or her emotion, ideas, and somewhat share or tell the story about his or her experiences. Kaya siya naggagawa ng art. Yun yung point, no? So, kapag nakita kayo ng elepante na nag-painting, hindi art yun. Hindi art yung drawing ng elepante. Kapag halimbawa nakita ka ng aso, no? May aso ka nakita, tumae siya, tapos yung tae niya parang Mount Fuji, sobrang perfect. Hindi art yun. Kasi gawa ng aso yun. So, ang art dapat ay gawa ng tao. At its core, art is a creative expression of a human, no? Of a human. Expression niya yon because human have emotions, human have ideas, and experiences. So, yung tao napupuno. Mapupuno siya pag hindi niya in-express yun. Pag hindi niya vinent out yung kanyang nararamdamang emosyon, at idea, pag hindi niya nai-share yun, nailabas yun, sasabog siya, puwede siyang mawala sa sarili, mabaliw, kaya pumatay, gano'n yung idea. So, para maiwasan yun, kailangan niyang i-vent out yung kanyang emotions as well as his or her ideas. And of course, experiences, 'no? Kailangan niyang i-share yung kanyang karanasan, 'no? Lahat ng tao, parang yun yung inaambag natin sa lipunan natin, yung pagse-share natin ng karanasan natin. Kaya 'pag hindi ka nag-share ng karanasan mo, 'di ba, parang wala kang kuwenta, 'di ba? Parang, "Anong ambag mo be? Anong tulong mo?" 'Di ba? So, gano'n yung konsepto. Ngayon, um, siyempre in sharing, to share your ideas and emotions, kasi theological 'yan, eh, 'no? Theological, so something in mind. Hindi 'yan hahawakan, hindi 'yan puwedeng ipasa via Bluetooth, hindi 'yan puwedeng kahit mag-umpugan pa kayo diyan, magkiskisan kayo ng ulo ninyo, eh, hindi puwedeng maipasa yung emotion at ideas. So, kailangan mo siyang ilagay into a certain medium, like painting, sculpture, music, literature, and performances. 'Di ba? Gano'n lang 'yun, kasi hindi siya shareable pagka sa isip mo lang. Kailangan mo siya ay ilagay i-materialize, 'no, i-create into something shareable. So, you use paintings, sculpture, either music, literature, and performances. Sa madaling salita, these are the mediums. Ito yung ginagamit mo to share your emotions, to share your ideas, and to tell your experiences. Naintindihan? Naintindihan mo? Mabuti naman. Okay, so however, defining art is not a straightforward task as it is subjective and open to interpretation. Some argue that art should be aesthetically pleasing, while others believe that it should challenge societal norms or convey political message. Despite these varied perspectives, one thing remains clear: art has the power to evoke emotion, spark conversation, and inspire change. yan. So, nung unang panahon, panahon pala nila Aristotle, nila Plato, yung art is mimicry, 'no, ano daw yung dapat mong i-drawing, ano man yung dapat mong i-drawing, dapat kamukhang-kamukha siya nung subject mo. Halimbawa, nag-drawing ka ng apple o kaya ng grapes, dapat kamukhang-kamukha talaga yun nung dino-drawing mo. Inom lang ako kape. Kaso, sa paglaan ng panahon, hindi naman lahat kasi ng tao kayang mag-drawing ng maganda. Kaya nga may abstract, eh, 'di ba? So, dahil nagsimula tayo sa mimicry, kaya sinasabi nila na dapat daw yung art is aesthetically pleasing. Maganda sa paningin. So, 'pag maganda sa paningin, very subjective yun kasi ba't very subjective? Kasi puwedeng yung maganda sa'yo, hindi maganda sa ibang tao, 'no? Puwedeng yung maganda sa ibang tao, eh, hindi naman maganda sa'yo, 'di ba? Layo ko lang sa camera, papagod na kasi ako, eh. 'Yan, 'di ba layo ko lang sa camera. Ganito lang tayo, naka-jogging pants lang ako, 'di ba? Anyway, so ang point is, yung art at its core, kailangan lang niyang maging created by a human. Basta as long na yung art ay gawa ng tao, art yun, 'no? Hindi siya kailangang maganda sa paningin or aesthetically pleasing. Others believe that it should challenge societal norms or it sparks conversation. Sabi nga nila dapat daw nag-i-spark yun ng conversation, pero ano rin, eh, 'di rin totoo yun, 'no? Kulang yun, hindi lahat ng painting sparks conversation. Hindi lahat ng art form ay pinag-uusapan. So, balik tayo dun sa definition na dapat gawa ito ng tao, 'di ba? And lastly is political message. It conveys political message. Alam niyo, sila sila Leonardo da Vinci, sila Donatello, sila Michelangelo, si Raphael, 'yan. Silang apat, sila yung members ng Ninja Turtles. Ay hindi, biro lang. Silang apat nung panahon nila, they are not the four na alam mo yun, yung magaling lang. Sila lang hindi sila lang yung magaling. Yun yung point. Hindi lang sila yung magaling nung time nila. Siguro one thing observable about them is that they have political powers. They have political connections that made them who they are. Na hindi lang kulang, hindi lang talent nila, hindi lang yung galing nila yung dahilan kaya sila sikat, but rather because they have political connections. Yun yung ano, ganun yung art. So yung art, maraming institution eh. May mga institution sa lipunan natin. Sila yung mga hari, gobyerno, mayayaman, makapangyarihan, na somewhat controls the politics of the art or the people, no, or the society. Yan. Ipapakita ko sa inyong artwork. Wait lang ah. Give me some minutes. Minutes. Yeah. Wait lang. Ay, lumaki. Paano to i-zoom? Anyway, kaya mo na nga. Okay. Yan. So, tignan natin ito, no? Tingnan niyo yung nandito sa video. Yan. Ang pangit naman ng itsura ng pwestuhan ko naman. Naman ganyan yan. Anyway, so, look at the artwork of, Sir Richard Gomez. Yan. Yung artwork niya, diba? Yan ba ay aesthetically pleasing sa inyo? Eh, pwede siguro sa iba, aesthetically pleasing. Pero sa akin, di ako natutuwa dyan. Di ba? Di sa akin aesthetically pleasing. Pero art siya. Kasi gawa siya ni Richard Gomez. Tao si Richard Gomez. Does it spark conversation? Nung nakita mo ba siya, parang ang sarap ba maghanap ng kausap? Ang sarap ba maghanap ng ano, ng somebody na makikinig sa'yo, bakit napapangitan ka rito, 'di ba? So, it spark conversation, okay, pero higit sa lahat, it conveys political message. Do you know how much itong painting na 'to ay nabenta, 'di ba? Alam niyo ba magkano 'yan? It was sold, um, for, 197 197,000 pesos, 'di ba? Yung artwork na 'yan, 197,000 pesos. Sa tingin niyo ba kung hindi si Richard Gomez ang nag-painting niyan, mabibili ba 'yan ng gano'ng halaga, 'di ba? May papansin ba diyan, 'di ba? Ang dami-dami ko na nakitang ganyang artwork, sa mga CR ng ano, ng high school, 'di ba? Ang daming ganyang drawing na ano, sa mga CR ng high school. Bakit naman hindi naman sumikat, 'di ba? Kasi hindi naman sila si Richard Gomez. Meaning, yung artwork nila sa CR doesn't convey political message. Kay Richard Gomez kasi 'to. Kaya, well, sikat si Richard Gomez, politiko, matini idol. So, nung gumawa siya ng ganyang painting, may bumili, na nabenta ng mahal. So, yun yung point. Okay? So, um, despite these varied perspective, one thing remains clear. Art has the power to evoke emotions, spark conversation, and inspire changes. Gulo ng buhok ko, ah. Okay? Nakakasunod ba kayo? Yun. Pag di kayo nakasunod, edi i-follow nyo na, no? I-subscribe na kayo rito sa channel ko. Yan. Para dumami yung subscriber ko. Panoorin nyo to, tapusin nyo tong video nito para mag-monetize na yung YouTube channel ko. Anyway, so why art matters? Art is not just a form of entertainment or decoration. It has the power to inspire, challenge, and transform us. So yung art, ang nagagawa ng art is to inspire us. Kailangan mo ng inspiration. Kailangan mo inspiration. And you can have inspiration by exposing yourself to different art. Hindi mo masabing ito na yung pinakamaganda kung hindi mo ini-explore yung iba pang klase ng sine. Parang telenovela, 'di ba? Nung panahon natin, nung mga unang panahon na tayo lamang yung gumagawa ng mga telenovela natin, we can say na maganda yung telenovela natin. But nung dumating yung mga Mexican novelas, 'yan, yung Marimar, Rosalinda, na medyo nagbago, 'di ba? Parang medyo nagbago ng estetika ng ano, ng ating telebisyon. Dati, yung mga artista, sila Susan Roses, yung mga matatandang mga artista na ngayon, matanda na, mga patay na yung ibang mga artista. Nung kabataan nila, hindi naman ganun ka-curvy yung kanilang katawan, hindi naman ganun ka-sexy yung katawan nila. Maganda yung kanilang mukha, pero hindi ganun ka-curvy yung katawan. Pero dahil sa Rosalinda, sa Marimar, no, pwede pala yun, no, pwede pala yun. We can inspire to create better, no, na telenovelas, na pelikula, and so on. So, pagka ilagay natin dun sa profession nila bilang IT, 'di ba? Kung kayo ay IT, in order for you to be inspired to create good quality or high quality na mga design ng application, you have to explore different applications. Yun yung point. 'Di ba? So, pagka hindi ka nag-research, hindi ka nag-observe ng ibang mga artwork o ng mga ibang mga application, wala, pangit yung magawa mo. So, hindi ka ma-inspire. So, art has the power to inspire us. Na yung art ay ini-inspire tayo to do, to not settle for what we have, to not settle for our current situation. Ayan. Through art, nangangarap tayo maging mas mabuti, mas maganda, at mas mainam yung ating kalagayan. And of course, it challenge, no? Yung challenge. Kapagka wala tayong challenges, wala na tayong nararamdamang challenges, stagnant na tayo. Parang patay na pagka gano'n, eh, 'no? 'Pag wala ng challenge yung buhay mo, 'di ba, parang patay ka na, 'di ba? Kailangan may challenge yung buhay mo para maramdaman mong buhay ka. Yun yung point. So, and when you somewhat w wins over the won, 'no, nanalo ka. When you won over those challenges, You will be transformed into something better. At the end of the day, ang kalaban mo sarili mo lang din dapat. Yung kinukumpara mo yung sarili mo, not on other people, but rather on your yesterday. 'Di ba? Yun yung point. So, art is not a an entertainment or decoration. Art, when you consume and consume and consume art, it will give you inspirations, solutions to the challenges. 'Di ba? Sabi nga nila, wala pang problemang naranasan mo na hindi pa naranasan ng ibang tao. So, if you somewhat read their experiences through art, read their literatures, yung kanilang mga sinulat, you can learn from them, from how they deal those challenges and how they, triumph to those challenges, 'di ba? So kaya ka nagbabasa ng libro kasi gusto mong matutunan kung paano nila ginawa yung mga bagay-bagay para magawa mo naman kapagka ikaw nandun sa situation na yun. So by having inspiration and overcoming the challenges, you'll be able to transform. 'Di ba? Anong transform mo? Transformers ka na ba? Hindi, you will transform into something better. Better you. Naintindihan mo? Better you. Lagay mo nga better you sa comment section. Type mo yan, better you. Better me. Yan, taray. Anyway, through art, we can explore the depths of human experience and emotions, connect with others across time and space, and gain new perspective of the world around us. So, tindaan nyo, no, that art are recordings. They serve as recordings. Recordings ng ano, sir? Recordings of the past. Diba? Recordings of the life of people, the experiences of human, the emotions they felt, experience, and you can learn from them. You by reading art, by exposing yourself to art, you can get information. And the more information you have, the better decision you can make. That's the real deal here. No, kaya ka tumitingin sa sining, kaya ka nanonood ng mga media, kaya ka nagbabasa ng mga literatura is to get information because you will use those information to make decision. When you create a decision with not so much information, nagkamali yun, grabe yung guilt. No? I should have done better. Ganun yung naiisip mo. Pero if you research well, if you expose yourself very well to the art or to the sources of information, marami ka na nakalap na information and you create a decision, tapos it turns out na mali yung decision mo, sabihin natin na gano'n, yung guilt hindi gano'n kabigat. Kasi you did your best. You did your best in collecting enough information to make a decision. If it happens na mali yun, okay lang yun. Normal lang yun. Less yung guilt. Naintindihan mo? No? The reason why we try, yung ina-appreciate natin yung art is because you have to understand that there is something in art that you have to get. You have to extract, get the juice of the art, the information from the art for you to be able to use it in the future. Or when the challenges that requires those information came, meron ka ng information nun. Naintindihan niyo? Diba? Parang podcast. Gusto ko ng ganitong lecture, nakaupo ka lang. Tapos, oh yeah! Anyway, art also plays a crucial role in shaping our culture and society. Parang nagpo-podcast lang tayo, di ba? Um, it reflects our values, aspirations, and struggles, and helps us to understand ourselves and each other better. Without art, our lives would be duller, less meaningful, and less fulfilling. Yan. So yung art plays a crucial role in shaping our culture as well as society. Kaming mga taga-communication, may kasabihan kami, no, na he who controls the media controls the society. No, kung sino yung kumokontrol ng media, kaya niyang impluwensyahan at manipulahin yung lipunan. Nung time na wala pang telebisyon, wala pang radyo, wala pang dyaryo, wala pang media, yung art ang nagse-serve as the media, no, as the media. People look at the art, go to the museum, no, to get information, learn something. But art is manipulatable na bagay na pwede kang mamanipula kapag nama-manipulate mo yung art, 'di ba? So, gano'n. Sabi nga yung history, yung ultimong history 'no, history are written by the victors. Ayan, isinulat ito ng mga nagwagi 'no, mga nagtagumpay, 'di ba? So, yung history natin kaya nabura kasi natalo tayo, gano'n. Yung history ng Pilipinas kaya nabura kasi natalo tayo ng Espanya, natalo tayo ng Hapon, natalo tayo ng Amerika. So, gano'n, nabura yung ating ano, yung shaping ng ating culture and society, nawala yun, yung pagka-Pilipino natin because somewhat nanghihiram na tayo dun sa mga sumakop sa atin. So, it reflects our values, yung ating mga 'pag inunawa mo, if you try to look back to your artworks, 'di ba, halimbawa ikaw ay gumagawa ng kanta o kaya ayan katulad nun may kumakanta sa kapitbahay ko, 'di ba? So, ayun, okey lang naman, hindi naman nila ano, eh, hindi naman nila kasalanan. Talagang masarap naman talaga kumanta 'pag ganitong malamig ang panahon. Ngayon, hindi naman nila alam na may nagtuturo naman dito, 'di ba? Pero anyway, walang problema dun. So, if you ang ano ko lang, ang point ko rito is, if you are doing an art, let's say you're writing lyrics, you're creating music, you're drawing things, painting, makeup, making paintings, whatever you produce, try to look back on those artworks and somewhat if you analyze your previous works, may mauunawaan ka tungkol sa sarili mo, no? It helps you to understand yourself. And understanding yourself will help you to understand other people. Yun yung totoo. Kailangan mo munang maunawaan yung sarili mo bago ka makaunawa ng ibang tao. Hindi pwedeng umunawa ka ng ibang tao ng ano, ng hindi mo naunawaan yung sarili mo. Tayo ay makina. No, kung sa computer, tayo yung personal computer. Paano ka makakaintindi ng World Wide Web kung hindi yung sarili mong computer hindi mo kayang paganahin, 'di ba? Hindi mo kayang unawain, intindihin. So, it reflects our values, aspirations, mga pangarap natin, and even our struggles, yung mga problema nating kinakaharap, yan, nagre-reflect yan doon sa mga artworks na ginagawa natin. Ang ingay ng mga bata rito, sana hindi narinig ng microphone. Anyway, without art, our lives would be duller, less meaningful, and less fulfilling. Imagine mo nung pandemic, 'di ba? Naalala niyo pa yung pandemic? Yung Void Century? Ay, One Piece pala yun. 'Di ba? Naalala niyo yung ano, naalala niyo nung pandemya, 'di ba, naka-lockdown tayo, lungkot ng buhay nun, 'di ba? Kung walang art nun, ewan ko baka kinain na natin yung mga swelas ng sapatos natin, sobrang buryo natin, 'di ba? So, our lives become more colorful, more meaningful, and fulfilling because of the art. The art of other people. The art created by the other people in our society. Intindihan mo? No? So, kung ikaw ay merong artwork na ginagawa, no, show us what you can do. You can comment down below kung ano yung mga ginawa mo, mga kanta, mga lyrics, gano'n, o kaya mga, you know, gumawa ka ng tula, di ba? Yan, share mo naman yan. Comment ka lang sa video na ito. Okay? Yeah, definition of art appreciation. So, art appreciation is the ability to understand and enjoy a work of art. Yan. So, kailangan mong maunawaan, kaya tayo nag-aaral ng art appreciation is for us to understand the art, to enjoy it. Alam niyo yung art parang joke lang yan. Parang joke. Pag di mo naintindihan yung joke, di ka matatawa. Di ka mag enjoy sa art kung di mo naintindihan yung art. So, you need to understand the art to enjoy it. Yun yung point. It involves how can you understand art? By analyzing the elements. Ano ba yung elements? Elemento ba ng tubig yan? Hangin? Apoy? Ganon? Lupa? Hindi ganon, no? Elements are the lines. These are the lines, the shape, the forms, the colors, the values, no? Na meron yung art. Parang sila yung ingredients, kumbaga, rekado ba ng isang artwork. So, these are the elements of the art. So, uunawain mo yon. Also, you have to analyze also the principles of the design applied to the artwork. Meron tayong rhythm, meron tayong tinatawag na balance, symmetrical balance or symmetrical balance. We also have the rule of thirds in composition. So, maraming mga principles of design na ginagamit para maging aesthetically pleasing, catchy, and effective yung mga artwork. ginagawa nila yun, nilalagay nila yung mga prinsipyo na yun para, alam mo, para tingnan sila ng mga tao. And lastly, historical context of the art or in which the artwork was created. Bakit mahalaga na maunawaan natin kung kailan yung artwork ginawa? Para maunawaan natin na ano yung konteksto o ano yung mga meaning na umiikot nung mga panahon na yon sa mga bagay-bagay. Halimbawa, nung panahon ng digmaan, iba ang kulay pula, iba ang meaning ng kulay pula sa panahon ngayon ng kapayapaan. 'Di ba yung watawat natin, 'yan. Yung watawat for example, 'di ba yung red ng watawat, kapagka panahon ng giyera kailangang itaas 'yan. Pagka panahon na naman ng kapayapaan, kulay blue naman yung nasa itaas. So yung mga gano'ng bagay, pagka sinama mo 'yan sa painting mo na nakalagay yung watawat ay pula ang nasa itaas, ibig sabihin nung panahon nung sa kuwento dun sa painting mo, giyera. Kasi pula, eh, magulo, eh, 'di ba? Nagets yung point? So, you have to analyze the historical context for you to be able to understand the real or the nearest meaning nung panahon na yon, nung symbol na yon, nung element na yon on that time period. So, by appreciating art, we can gain a deeper understanding of the human experience and the world around us. Also, appreciating art requires an open mind. Kailangan open-minded ka, no? Pag tinignan mo ng maigi, no? I'll try to show you something. Yan sa video na to. So, yeah. So, I want you to pay attention here. Yan. This is a mobile phone. Yan, a mobile phone. Cellphone ko yan, 'di ba? So, yung cellphone ko, pag tinitingnan ninyo, nakikita nyo ba yung likod ay yung harap na bahagi? 'Di ba hindi? That's the reality. That's reality. That's how reality looks like. It's not a two-dimensional. Reality is three-dimensional. How will you be able to see the reality? By being open-minded, by being able to put yourself on other people's position, no, perspective, 'di ba? Dito ngayon, nanonood kayo ng video nito, ito yung nakita ninyo. Kung kaya ninyong ilagay yung posisyon ninyo sa kalagayan ko, sa pwesto ko ngayon, no? Somewhat you can see the whole reality. Nagets niyo? Kaya kailangan open-minded ka kasi yung katotohanan ay hindi mo nakikita sa isang anggulo lamang. Kailangan mo siyang tingnan in a different angle, in a different position, or you have to be able to put yourself on other people's shoe to really understand it. Naintindihan mo? Pogi ko rito, ah. Grabe, yan. Anyway anyway, so moving on, it requires open-mindedness and willingness to engage. You know, art is it's a consumable, no? Art is a consumable, not because nauubos yung art, but rather because art consumes our time. Whenever we see art, you look at the painting, you look at the sculpture, you watch a movie, a film, a telenovela, or whatever art you consume, it consumes your time. So you have to be willing to engage the art in order to understand it. Kapag hindi mo kinonsumo, hindi mo nilapitan, hindi mo tiningnan, hindi mo dinanas yung artwork, hindi mo siya mauunawaan. That's the point, no? So you have to be willing to engage with different perspectives. It's not simply about liking or disliking a particular artwork, but rather about being able to appreciate the skill and creativity that went into its creation. Through art appreciation, we can develop a greater sense of empathy and more nuanced understanding of the complexities of the world. So, dapat pati yung maunawaan mo rin yung effort, no, yung skill and creativity na ginamit para dun sa isang artwork, para maging artwork yon. So, that's art appreciation. You don't just liking it, disliking it, but being engaging and open-minded on an art and understanding that whatever art you're looking at, meron siyang record, meron siyang information that you have to extract. Intindihan mo? 'Di ba? Lahat ng bagay, ano man yan, larawan, painting, sculpture, pelikula, performances, literatura, lahat ng yan, merong impormasyon yan na kailangan mong maunawaan kasi the more information you have, the better decision you can make. Okay? So now, moving on, yan, why art matters for IT students? Ba't nga ba mahalaga yung art, no, para sa mga IT students? Yan, basahin nyo na lang yan, no? Enhance creativity and innovation, no? The more you expose yourself in art forms, lalong lalawak yung mga style, designs mo, 'di ba? Makakatulong yun sa'yo. So, ano lang yan eh, parang bangko-bangko lang yan. If you want to be good in designing web pages, kailangan mo muna mag-obserba ng maraming web pages para, spark creativity and you can innovate. Ibig sabihin, you can fill the gap. Malalaman mo kung ano yung kulang na bagay and ipo-provide mo yun. Yun yung point. Okay, and then we also have it improves your communication and design thinking. Ayan. Hello, hello. Ayan. It improves your communication and design thinking. Basahin nyo na lang yan. Pause nyo na lang yung video. Ito rin. Ayan. Pause nyo na lang. Technical and humanistic skills. And then, well-being and personal growth. Also, technology and creative economy. Alam nyo, itong art, itong technology, sabi nila, ay, papalitan na ng AI yung trabaho mo. Sabi, papalitan na raw ng AI yung trabaho mo. Ako, hindi ako nag-agree doon. No? Hindi totoo yun na papalitan ng AI yung trabaho natin. Papalitan ng AI yung trabaho natin pag bobo ka. No? Kapag bobo ka, papalitan ka talaga ng AI. Kasi bobo ka eh. Di ba? Ang kailangan mong gawin, you have to be skillful, you have to be knowledgeable, and you have to be good in using this artificial intelligence. Ang AI na yan, makina lang din naman, 'di ba? You have to be good on using that, para hindi ka niya palitan. Tandaan mo 'yon. So, 'yun. Pero pagka mahina utak mo talaga, wala tayong magagawa diyan, sorry na lang, 'di ba? Awit, aray ko, 'di ba, mapaaray ko ka na lang. So anyway, gano'n. So, 'pag meron kang alam, meron kang skills, meron kang knowledge in terms of technology and you are also creative, hindi ka na magugutom kasi may trabaho kang mapapasukan. 'Yun lang 'yun. Napakalawak ng creative industry sa Pilipinas. Design, artists, media professionals, ang dami mong puwedeng pasukan. Kaya you have to develop those. Yan yung dapat mo i-develop skills. Now, in the last part, the intersection of art and humanities. Art intersects with humanities. Art is created by humans and art should be created by human for the human. Yun yung dahilan. So yung art intersects with humanities. May example ako dito, 'di ba? One example of the intersection of art and humanities is the Harlem Renaissance, a cultural movement that took place in the 1920s and 1930s in New York City. During this time, African American artists, writers, and musicians created works that celebrated their cultural heritage and challenged the racism and discrimination they faced. The art produced during this period not only reflected the themes of the humanities but also helped to shape them. This is just one example of how art and humanities can work together to create meaningful and impactful cultural movements. So, yung intersection ng humanities and art is kapag yung mga tao ay gumagawa ng sining to celebrate, no, a certain culture or subculture, and yung ginawa rin nilang mga artwork naging paraan din para lumawak pa o yumabong pa yung kultura na yon. Katulad na lamang nung Harlem Renaissance. No, katulad na lamang ng reggae, 'di ba? Yung reggae, alam niyo yung reggae? Yan, yung mga basta yung mga reggae. Yung reggae, mga people ng reggae na subculture, they created music, they created art forms, they created merchandises to celebrate their culture. And but but hindi lang naging celebration 'yun, kundi it also helps to spread the subculture of of reggae, 'di ba? Gano'n din 'yun, ginaya niyo? 'Yun, ang inaano ko sanang 'wag mangyari yung subculture ng kabobohan. Paano yung subculture ng kabobohan? Yung mga bobo gumagawa ng mga content na puro kabobohan, so yung mga tao naman tawa ng tawa doon sa mga content na yun, later on nagiging bobo na rin sila, 'di ba? O yun, iwasan niyo yun, 'wag kayo ingatan ninyo yung pinagpapanood ninyo, baka kung ano-ano pinagpapanood ninyo, okey? So ayun, yun lang yung lecture natin, 'di ba, bilis lang, 35 minutes lang. So maraming salamat, sana meron kayong naunawaan, may naintindihan, 'di ba? Chill lang kayo diyan, okey, bye-bye. I'll stop the recording. Thank you so much.